Welcome to Let's Play 1001 Games, the series where I typically work my way through a book called 1001 Games You Must Play Before You Die, and I'm your host, Gaming Jay. I say I typically play through this book because today is actually a bit of a bonus feature. This is not a game that's featured in the book. This is Contra. I think it's quite surprising that this game isn't in the book. There's another Contra game that is in the book, Contra 3, and I'll be getting to that eventually someday. But I decided to make this two-part Konami series, and I just picked two Konami games. I knew Zombies Ate My Neighbors was in the book. I assumed this one was too, but when I double-checked, it wasn't. And I decided I'm going to do this anyway. I'm not going to let a book dictate my life to me. So I'm going off book. I do plan to actually do some games that are outside the scope of the book called Off the Books. I call that series Off the Books. But this kind of snuck up on me because I decided to make this video and found out this game really wasn't a part of the 1001 games. So I'm going to call this a bonus feature. I really decided to do this just because I've been reading some stuff about Konami in the news. Specifically that they had decided to abandon making console games in favor of mobile games. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether by the time this video comes out, all of that stuff will be old news. But what I do know is Konami made and published some of my favorite games as a kid. So I thought I'd just play two, just to show some Konami support, I guess, some retro Konami support. I don't know why I'm doing this. Konami's the reason. So I just finished playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which was not made by Konami, but it was published by them, so whatever, it falls under the umbrella. Gives me an excuse to talk about Konami. Man, the computer's just atrocious at this game. Okay, quick point of trivia. Do you remember the Konami code? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Is that it? I swear I didn't look this up. There it is. 30 lives. They called them rests. I mean, I guess when you die, you take the eternal rest, so 30 lives is 30 eternal rests. But yeah, the Konami code I think is burned into my brain from being a kid. Anyone who grew up in the 80s, well, and early 90s, and anyway, who loved Contra or any other Konami game, you know the Konami code. Oh, jeez. Well, that worked out. There's very little reason to not know it. Why would you play this game and not have 30 lives? Whatever, it's cheap. It's the way I'm gonna do it. Because, hey, I'm not a gaming pro. I didn't spend all my time, clearly, having jumped into a bullet. It's very obvious. I don't spend my time mastering my skills at Contra. I just want to make a video, I want to play, I want to get far. And so I don't want to have to waste time dying and having to reset the game because I didn't get very far. So you know what? I'm playing with 30 lives. Get off my back. Just kidding. Okay. Jeez. Well, good thing we probably would be in a lot of trouble if we didn't have those 30 lives. Okay, everyone who played this game also knows that the spread gun, S, that I currently have, is the most awesome gun. This is the gun you want to get. Because look at this, guys. Like, nothing can even survive on the screen when I'm shooting. Your bullets just go everywhere. It was the cheapest gun, but the most effective one. And again, the whole mantra of Nintendo gaming was be as cheap as you can because the games are freaking hard. That was an official slogan, by the way. Okay, you're in the jungle, you drop down, your general tells you, go and attack these guys. You encounter a wall of guns and glowing lights. Obviously you're going to shoot it until a tunnel explodes into it. It just makes obvious sense, I think. I mean, you don't really need an intro or a story to Contra because it's all intuitive. Things make sense. If there's a glowing dot on a wall, I mean, when I see that in my house, I just find a pistol and start opening fire until that glowing dot is nothing but a thing of the past. Kind of like a cat. If you had a laser pointer in my house, mercy. I'd be all over the place chasing that thing. Because that's what Contra and other Nintendo games, by extension, have taught. When you see something glowing, that's some kind of attack point. You have to destroy. And look, he blew apart the whole wall. think that's pretty great. So this sequence was originally supposed to be like a maze. And there was an arcade version of Contra 2, so I'm not too familiar with that. Maybe in the arcade version, this was a maze. So every time you blow a hole in the wall, you have to decide where to go next. Obviously in the Nintendo version, there is no choice, you just walk forward. If it is a maze, it's the most lazily designed maze ever. Just really counting on somebody going left or right, because as long as they don't, they're totally going to make it to the end. Ooh, and you do not want F. F is fire, L is laser. There's a lot of things that you really don't want in this game. It's funny, they put in these weapons, but it's like, that's a garbage weapon. If you're playing Contra with someone and somebody grabs the F, you know they haven't really played Contra before. And when somebody walks right into bullets, the very first thing they do when they encounter a boss, that's how you also know that they may have played before, but they're not very good at this game. This game was also my first real encounter with life stealing, and let me tell you, life stealing is so fun. When you're playing with like your brother or something, and you're not as good, life stealing basically means that they have to pay for your ineptitude. So it kind of makes them have to care a little about how you're doing, because if you die and you have no lives left, you'll just press jump button or whatever and steal their lives. So it was really kind of a jerky thing to do. I mean, these days if I'm playing with a friend, you know, I'll politely ask, could I possibly, maybe, please borrow a life? And usually it's more advantageous to the other player to have you in the game, unless you're totally bombing, so they will give you the life, but back in the day when you're playing with your brother, you just took it. If you grew up with siblings, you really understand that there's no such thing as private property. Which really, it kind of sucked if you were the one that had the cooler toys, because it meant they just stole stuff from you, so. I mean, that's what my brother did. All my Calvin and Hobbes books, and I think I got a cool lighter once when I was a kid. Alright, let me show you F so you can get a sense of it. Like, look at this piece of crap. What bullet would actually do that? I would like to know if it's physically possible to design a bullet to spin around like that. Okay, this guy up here is the worst aim ever. It's like, aim down a little bit, buddy. Gotta calibrate that rifle better. It would have been funny if I almost died there. Yeah, this is a laser. It's okay, you can shoot once and it goes across the screen, but if you try and shoot fast, this happens, and that's kind of garbage. This was a hilarious level also, speaking of multiplayer, because if there were two of us, every time I jump, the bottom of the screen moves. And if the second player doesn't keep up with you, they're just out of luck. Once that screen moves up, it counts as them falling off a cliff, so they could totally die. Just like that. For example purposes, I showed you what it would look like to die. Stupid thing. This is dangerous too, because guys run in off the screen all the time, so you don't want to be hanging around the edge of the screen. The sound effect when you die in this game is another classic. Again, if you have ever played Contra, the sound is burned into your head. It is the sound of utter failure and defeat. It is the saddest sound in the world. You cringe when you hear it. And yet it gives you such nostalgic memories. Okay. Shooting, dodging bullets, I'm not too good at. Jumping on platforms, that's where I shine. Look at this skill. Ah, that's what we want. We want that S. We don't want to die when we get it, so we gotta be careful here. Oh, get out of here. Try to jump on me. Did you see that? Mercy. Now, if you had two people, this part would be very precarious. Emma's machine gun. I like the machine gun, but it's not super useful in this version of the game. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look how fast you kill stuff. Alright, what else can we say about Contra here? Well, what is a Contra? I have no idea. I guess it has something to do with, like, political strife in South America. Contras were, like, sent in by the US government. That's way too serious for a game about shooting aliens. I think they just thought it sounds like a cool name, so we'll call it a Contra. Like, have you seen, there's like a parody video, and I think literally it's this boss, and he's like, "What's a Contra? Am I a Contra? You're the Contra?" It's probably a lot more funny than how I just made it sound, so trust me. But yeah, what is a Contra? I don't know. It's an excuse to shoot aliens. 26 lives. Okay, imagine that you could die 26 times, and you'd still be okay. You'd be just brand new. What would you do with your time? I guess you could take like a really, really risky job that paid like an insane amount of money, and you could just become a millionaire. That was kind of the plot of, what was that Christopher Nolan movie with the magicians? Forget what it was called, but it's kind of the same idea there. Because, well, I won't say too much more on the topic. I hate spoiling movies for people, even when they're really old. But basically the gist is, there's some death going on there, and some people have the power to overcome it, and so... We saw what magicians would do if they could die over and over. Oh, I like this electric thing because you can like walk into it, electrocutes you. Who would do that? It's really there to trick newbies. I love when games put in like the most obvious stupid thing, like unless you've never played it before, you would never do this, but it's in there. I guess it acts to like as an ongoing way of explaining why you can't just run forward. This game always kind of reminded me a little bit of a tennis match on this level. Come on. Ooh, B. B means invincible. I don't know why it's a B. Can I kill that thing, or I guess not. I don't even know what those things on the wall are. They're just like gun faces. Oh, okay, I killed that one. Jump over that. Okay, I guess it's not a newbie trap. I guess it's a stupid person trap. Trick me. What's your favorite old Nintendo publisher? It can't be Nintendo, because they're still doing stuff. I mean, I guess Konami is too. Okay, fine, Nintendo can count. Who made your favorite Nintendo games? And did you even play Nintendo as a kid? I guess maybe there's a lot of you out there who never would have. Who hasn't even seen an original Nintendo system? It's hard for me to imagine, but... I mean, like, I've even seen Atari, and that was a little... Well, I still played as a kid. It was before my time. I mean, I've seen systems that are before my time. So has anyone out there who, like, considers himself a gamer not even seen a Nintendo? Or is this game, like, really foreign to them? Imagine this looks like... must look like some indie games out there now these days. Come on, die. The red ones shoot bullets at you, so you don't want to let those red guys live. Watch. Yeah. It's just trouble. Oh, good, and I didn't kill the gun. Guys, this is where the wheels fall off. What's happening? They're teleporting all over the place. Can't even hit them. Okay, I got one. Got one bullet in. Oh, I like those moves. Okay, who uses bubbles to attack? Seriously. This is trouble. Can't get bullets in on them. Okay, I'm just gonna stand right here. Damn it. I wonder if Super C is in this book. Because Super C... that was my game, man. That's the sequel to Contra. They didn't call it Contra 2, now they called it Super C. Okay. Stay away. Okay, there's only one bubble at a time. I can dodge one bubble. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Can't even tell if I'm hitting it. Oh, that's the hitting sound. Very definitive death sound, very definitive you hit the enemy sound. That's what I like to hear. I'm pretty boss at this game, I'm not gonna lie. This is one game we might actually get to see the ending of. But, you know, I'm not gonna hold myself to it. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it if I can't beat it. Okay, here's another newbie trap, right there. If you didn't duck right away, that's like that scene in Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade. When he's like, a penitent man kneels. You have to kneel right there. Or you die. Oh. Look at that. Backtracking. Speed skills. Okay, if you were a commando... Well, first of all, this guy has a gun that, like, absorbs the powers of things on the ground, which is kind of crazy, actually. I don't think guns like that really exist. But if you were a commando that had the jump agility of this man here, you're like a borderline superhero. Because the previous level or two, we went up a waterfall. We didn't climb the waterfall, we jumped. Have you ever seen someone scale a mountain by jumping? That takes serious calf muscles. We go through this smart. Ooh, F. Maybe I'll get that. I'm not. Okay. Ooh. I wasn't even intentionally trying to get the spread, but I got it. Whew. Don't you love that in video games when, like, things are, like, so close and you just barely make it? Oh god, don't kill me. And then you feel all confident, like, it was your sweet skills that did it. When, like, 9 out of 10 times you would have been dead in that same scenario. It's nice when random chance occasionally works for you. This guy's taking on some kind of mechanized car tank thing with a gun. This is sort of the Arnold mentality of politics. Okay, so Contras have something to do with politics. Ah! Okay, there's the other 9 out of 10 times where chance screws you. This game has something to do with, like, South American politics or something. Nah, we don't care about that. And literally entering a country and just shooting absolutely everything, that's kind of the Arnold Schwarzenegger mentality to politics. And quite frankly, as a child of the 80s, it's A-okay. That's how politics should be done. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I didn't do the right thing here. There's like a way to beat all these bosses, you just have to know. Oh god. This guy's really easy. There. Well, I mean, I made him look harder than he really was. Come on. Look at this. That's what I need to do at the beginning. Okay, so we were in the jungles, then we were in some weird bases, climbed a waterfall, we were in a snow level. What country is this? This feels like Korea. I mean, look, we're in like one of the most technologically sophisticated buildings in the world. This must be South Korea. You know what their average internet speed in Korea is? I think it's something like 4 times the national average of the United States. 4 times. That's insane. I would kill for internet speeds that fast. Just everywhere. The internet is one thing that we are never going to be able to do without. We need it. And we just need more of it and faster. And people say, why do you want faster internet? And I say, I don't know, but I'm sure there's a reason. It's like, I didn't know that I wanted... Oh. Okay, when you're running towards a flamethrower trap, remember to duck. Just taking a flame to the face. This is pretty harsh. But yeah, I didn't know I wanted faster internet speed so I could watch, you know, YouTube and stuff like that. But I did. So, you know, the internet's not done getting faster. Oh god. Just forget that power up, whatever it is. Jeez. Oh, it's invincibility. It cost me 3 lives to find out that was invincibility. If I'd skipped it, I only would have lost 1 life. But what would faster internet bring? I think it would bring holograms. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Okay, think of it like this. Holograms would be the next level of Skype. When you want to like hang out with your friend, you don't Skype them. You literally project them into your living room. It looks like they're sitting on a couch with you. Same with them. They see you in their place. That's way more fun than just Skyping in with someone. You actually want to see them physically in the space. I think holograms would be a thing. What else? Maybe brain scans? You could transfer your brain over the internet if you had enough bandwidth. Jeez. Come on, come on, come on. See, this guy's no problem for me. I remember the, I should never say anything, I think. That's what I've learned. Every time I'm like, yeah, I kind of know how this is gonna go. Dead. You know, I think I get cocky. Because I fail so much, it feels so good when I win a little bit. Now we're in a hangar. Gotta tell you, this doesn't look like any hangar I've ever seen. I don't see a lot of odd mechanical claws just gripping at nothing in sort of typical hangars. Should I show you this? Yeah, I'll show you this thing. This is pretty fun. Oh, there goes my minecart. Yeah, hangar, what are you talking about? This is a mine, if anything. Oh, man. Down you go. I guess I'm good? Got nothing. How many hangars have you been in where if you step in the wrong spot, a wall of spikes will arise? Pretty odd hangar. I maintain that it is a mine, some kind of mine with like a digital background. I swear we're in North Korea, yeah. Well, I mean all the spikes and torture devices could be North Korea. And all the faceless soldiers running to their death aren't even given a gun. Could be North Korea. But I think the technology reveals that it must be South Korea. Look at this. Get our B. Don't know what it does. I guess it makes us invincible for this next part. This is totally a mine. I wonder if that was mislabeled or mistranslated. Maybe wherever this game came from, mines and hangars are the same thing. Okay, also, why would a spiky wall explode from enough bullets? I get that you maybe, if you had a powerful enough gun, could shoot it until it kind of collapsed, but explode? Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Contra doesn't make a lot of logical sense. But... look at that sweet timing. You gotta know your timings in old NES games. Because you do not have time to learn. Ah, I should just never say anything. As I say that, I was killed by poor timing. Oh, not again, buddy. You only get one freebie on me. Just as I almost died again. So my new motto is, I'm terrible at everything. I think you can just do this. It's gonna beast mode our way through. You're fighting an immortal. thousands of lives. Uh-oh. We're down to, like, our last 3. Crap. Alright. Oh, crapo. We actually gotta... Of course, once I blow those things up, guys stopped coming. So I could have kept shooting it and probably just passed it, but... 4 lives. Now we're in the alien's lair. We got a machine gun. It's going to solve all of our problems. I want to know why this guy is barfing up little aliens. Don't chew your food, buddy. It's just going to come right back up. Very embarrassing for you. Kind of a guess, too. Another sort of funny aspect of, you know, these old games, and even modern games, is anytime you play like a game like this, your guy literally never pulls his finger off the shoot button. It is always advantageous to shoot. Just shoot into nothing. Who knows what you're going to hit. But there's no such thing as a stray bullet. Imagine in reality, like the army's going into something, and it's just a bunch of guys walking forward. Bullets non-stop streaming out of their guns. Actually, that would be pretty terrifying. You would not want to get in the way of that army. Of course, they wouldn't have many bullets left. I don't know where my guy gets his bullets. Oh, jeez. No. Ha! Darn it. Every time I get that sweet gun, I always lose it somehow. Okay, screw this. Screw these guys. Facehuggers. This is where the game starts to blatantly rip off aliens. But, again... do we really care? Hey, guy. So we're fighting a heart. I think this game is a metaphor for cardiac health. You know, that's saying if you don't eat right, really you're just damaging yourself more than anyone. And your arteries are going to pay for it. And those hands are like hands reaching for hamburgers. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got an extra life from killing the boss, which is funny it's even registered that because, hey, the game is literally over now. So, it started off as some kind of weird metaphor for South American politics, and by the end of it, we were killing a giant alien heart inside of some kind of gestating cave. After making a brief detour in South Korea. I don't know what it all means. I'm sure at some high level it's a really interesting metaphor. You've destroyed the vile red falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero. What the hell's the vile red falcon? I have no clue. And I guess I'll never know. I think, you know, I could probably look up a story, but isn't it more fun just to kind of make stuff up? And here's the people who programmed it, people who designed it, and so on and so forth. They're all Japanese. This was a Konami game, obviously, and Konami is a Japanese company. And I would say, before you die, go check out Contra. I just spoiled the whole game for you. Hey, that's what I do. Sometimes I don't get very far in these games, but this is a game that I was very good at as a kid. Obviously, my skills have taken a just complete nosedive, but they're still good enough to beat it, so I'm not going to complain. What I like about this game is it is just some good arcade action on the old NES. And if you never tried it, it is really fun to just get in there and just shoot everything. And that's what they were going for, so mission accomplished. There aren't really any cons to this. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone who's never played Contra will go in and find it annoying. Ooh, we get to keep playing. But definitely, if you're going to try this game, try it legit if you want. But hey, there's no shame in using that Konami code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. See, I can't even remember it. I can just do it. It's funny how your hand sometimes remembers stuff that your head doesn't. Which is a quote that could be taken out of context, but we're not going to go there. Okay, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you're sad about Konami moving into the mobile game business, hey, leave a comment, and we can commiserate together. I've been your host, Gaming Jay. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and there will be another video and a new game coming out in a couple days, so keep an eye out for it. Alright, as always, just before I sign off, isn't it funny? Oh, I shouldn't ever say anything. I was just going to say, isn't it funny how much better I'm doing now that I'm signing off? And I just died twice in a row. So hey, good a time to any to end. In fact, let's end on a game freaking over. Yeah! Alright. I've been your host, Gaming Jay. Thanks for being with me, guys. And as always, we'll see you in a couple days. Alright. Peace!